So let's dive right in with the absolute biggest question out there. Does the Illuminati actually control the world? Think about it. Is a shadow group with zero known headquarters, no official leader, and absolutely no public members secretly running our planet? It's a massive claim. But to figure out how this idea got so huge, we've got to trace it all the way back to its very real origins. To really
Get a grip on these rumors, we have to start with the name itself. It actually stems from a Latin word. Illuminati basically translates to people who claim to be more knowledgeable than others. Kind of sets a specific tone, doesn't it? A whole society built on the premise that they just know better. But who were these people actually? And what were they planning to do with all this supposedly superior knowledge?
Section 1, The Professor and the Order. All right, let's rewind the clock to 18th century Germany, because the documented historical reality of this group didn't start with some cloaked supervillain. No, it started with a completely real, normal academic named Adam Weishaupt. He was a professor of canon law and practical philosophy at the University of Göttingen. By all accounts, he was living a perfectly normal life, but he had this incredibly ambitious dream of building a totally new world based on his teachings. And what's really fascinating here is the massive contrast between Weishaupt's original grounded goal and what the group was accused of later on. See, Weishaupt strongly believed that people were just too restricted by Catholic dogma and the strict rules of the church at the time. He wanted to create a space for living freely without those constraints. But as we're going to see, that desire for freedom warped into some unbelievably dark accusations, things like worshiping Lucifer and human sacrifice. Crazy, right? But long before any of those dark rumors started flying around, the organization was tiny. Weishaupt kicked off his vision on May 1st, 1776, with a completely secret meeting. He just gathered 5 trusted university colleagues, pitched his ideas, they agreed, and boom, the Illuminati was officially born. And man, the concept caught on like wildfire, rapidly crossing the 100-member mark. To put this into perspective, what's truly staggering is the sheer explosion in popularity. Within just a single year, nearly 3,000 people had joined this secret society. 3,000! What started in a cramped room with just 5 academics totally transformed into a massive underground movement almost overnight. Now, with all these new members, they obviously needed an identity. Even though they were a highly secretive group and didn't technically have an officially approved logo, they adopted a super recognizable symbol, an eye placed inside a triangle. You know the one. It's an image we still see absolutely everywhere in pop culture today, basically serving as the ultimate visual shorthand for "you are being watched." Section 2, Dark Magic and Demise. So that massive growth, it came with a really heavy price. As their influence started to leak out into the general public, terrible, terrible rumors began spreading across Germany, painting them as a severe threat to society itself. Just look at the severity of these accusations. People literally claimed the group violently turned against God, worshipped Satan, practiced black magic, and even sacrificed humans. They were accused of mortgaging souls, promoting abortion, which was strictly illegal back then, and encouraging suicide. Whether any of it was true or just pure public panic, the perception was absolutely terrifying. And naturally, all that panic led to a rapid, undeniable downfall. Moving quickly from their founding in 1776, the German government initiated some incredibly strict crackdowns by late 1779. We're talking the death penalty for anyone associated with the group. By 1780, there was a complete and total ban. Weishaupt was exiled from the city, stripped of his professorship, and eventually lived a quiet life working at another university until he died in 1830. Actually, one of the wildest details from those 1779 crackdowns involves the police raids on suspected members' homes. Guess what the government found hidden away? Transparent ink. Authorities realized members were using invisible ink to secretly send messages to one another, just desperately trying to keep their operations completely off the radar. Section 3, Conspiracies and Assassinations. Now here's where things get really interesting. Despite the 1780 ban, the police raids, and the very real threat of the death penalty, the myth of the Illuminati surviving, it just didn't stop. The legends actually got bigger. Conspiracy theorists claim the surviving members didn't disband at all. They just adapted. According to the lore, they went into even deeper secrecy, and rumor has it they secretly orchestrated massive historical events, most notably the French Revolution. The idea was that they were quietly pulling the strings of global upheaval, entirely from the shadows. Fast forward a bit to the 20th century, and the accusations scale way up to target one of the most famous and tragic events in modern history. In conspiracy circles, the group is widely accused of being the true hidden power behind the mysterious assassination of American President John F. Kennedy on November 22, 1963. And there's this deeply bizarre element to this specific Kennedy conspiracy involving an unidentified suspect dubbed the Babushka Lady. According to the lore, right before the assassination, this woman was allegedly holding a pistol perfectly disguised to look exactly like a vintage camera. I mean, it sounds like a ridiculous gadget straight out of a spy movie, right? But to this day, who she was and where she came from remains a totally unsolved mystery, which just continuously adds fuel to the whole Illuminati fire. Section 4. The Celebrity Connection. Today, though, the accusations have totally shifted focus. They've moved away from historical revolutions and political assassinations straight into the glitzy heart of modern pop culture. And the sheer scale of the modern myth is staggering. Millions of people genuinely suspect high-profile celebrities, everyone from Katy Perry and Justin Bieber to Eminem and even Yo-Yo Honey Singh, of living these mysterious double lives. The claim is that they're secretly operating as active Illuminati members to subliminally influence the global masses. These modern theories are heavily fueled by visual media and stage performances. Artists like Katy Perry, for example, are constantly accused of deliberately flashing that infamous eye and triangle imagery in their albums and during big award shows. Literally, every single artistic choice is heavily scrutinized by theorists online, looking for some secret nod to the organization. But honestly, here is what we really need to take away from all this. Despite the endless articles flooding social media right now, authorities have never found a modern headquarters, an active roster of members, or any concrete proof that the group still functions in any capacity. This mysterious organization is absolutely everywhere on the internet, yet totally invisible in reality. So, considering Adam Weishaupt's very real 18th century group, their invisible ink, and their absolute ban by the government, I'll leave you with this question. Where do you think the line between actual history and pure internet paranoia truly lies? Does some highly evolved version of the Illuminati still pull the strings today? Or is it just our human fascination with the unknown playing massive tricks on us? Think about that the next time you see that eye in a triangle. Thanks for joining me on this explainer. Keep seeking the truth and definitely stay curious.